Welcome back to DC-Cember, as me and my guests, Velvetjoker and Patrick Palen, continue through the top 12 standalone DC films.
I have given a name to my pain, Batman.
It may not have aged too well, but I would say this is pretty much the blueprint for creating darker superhero films.
And you see now is you realize just how the costumes changed, because in this first movie, I mean, Keaton, he's kind of like this because he can't with his head at all.
That was just a curse for most Batman actors until the early 2000s. But before this movie, there was never much any other darker superhero films. It was just making Superman films or trying to make films like Superman.
Don't kill me, man! Don't kill me!
I'm not going to kill you. I want you to tell all your friends about me.
What are you?
I'm Batman.
I can't believe how much I enjoyed this movie, especially as I grew up as a Spider-Man fan, and then it wasn't until I was 11 that I started to become a Batman fan through the Dark Knight trilogy as that was coming out. And then I was getting into the comics, but it was mostly because of that trilogy. And then it wasn't until I was already 19 that I then started going into the animated series and the older Batman movies. So I don't have childhood nostalgia with this movie, let alone having been around when it came out, summer of '89. But it reminds me of what I love so much about the original Star Wars, where '89 Batman happens to take place in a city that's is supposed to be our reality, a city like New York or something like that, or Chicago. But there is a fantastical quality to it that is, I feel very clearly conveyed by Tim Burton and Danny Elfman. I love that quality, and it makes it hard to take that movie too seriously in a good way.
Yeah, because for Michael Keaton, he became such a fanfare for Batman despite initial reactions just to him being cast from other people before any shots of the film were being shown to the public. And Jack Nicholson, of course, he stole the show in a way, because once he became Joker, it's just people were talking most about that just because of how crazy he really got into the role and everything with his acting, the expressions and everything. It was just, my God. It's a miracle he is able to regain his sanity afterwards.
Fun fact, in order to get Jack Nicholson signed to that movie, because he was such a huge actor at that time, they had to give him a piece of the toy rights. But I think it wasn't just he got his Joker, he got toy right. He got a piece of the Joker toy line going forward.
That's some savvy business dealing.
Because I would say even for his physical likeness as the character, it was influential for other comic book artworks, especially for Alex Ross. And like you said, Pat, because I would say for the atmosphere of Gotham, it was just so perfect. You get the vibe of how it's a cesspool with the criminals, and the imagery when Batman entering the scene, just how theatrical he moves despite his limitations with the suit. And yet that was a start of how, okay, Batman can wear an all-black suit.
I had the pleasure of interviewing Carl Newman a few months ago, and he was the second stuntman that they brought on board for that film for a lot of those most iconic shots. Tim Burton was looking for somebody that could handle himself in a costume that was that hot and heavy, but also still bring graceful movement on screen, especially for those really important shots, like those reveal shots, or that part in the beginning when you first see him open up his wings. Or not his wings, his cape, in a way that makes them look like wings, and he freaks out these thugs. And so Carl was a professional ballet dancer from the UK, and he talked about how that was fairly easy role for him in the sense of this was right up his alley. It just required a lot of stamina and poise and discipline over your body's movements. It's just so cool. I mean, there were so many talented people working on this movie that all came together, and not going to be a movie like it. It's definitely going to always stand out as its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Definitely. And it's because of this movie that we got the 90s animated series.
I love '89 Batman for Keaton, and Jack Nicholson originally inspired me to start doing cosplay and makeup and as the Joker that I did for 35 years. But now looking back, I think Jack Nicholson's makeup is horrendous. I think it's awful.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Going back and watching it now, I'm oh wow, boy, they really didn't have it down back then at all. And I was like, the quality of the makeup, just you could see him sweating through it. You're just like, oh man, he needs some powder on that bad boy.
Yeah.
I suppose, although I did like the they did where he was applying like regular skin color makeup and stuff.
Right. Yeah, he was mixing it up.
Daddy's going to make some art, darling.
But yeah, you bring up a good point. Sometimes the more time a movie has, the better it looks. And then sometimes it's like, nah, I'm seeing it with sometimes you'll see it with less nostalgia.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I guess it depends.
When the casting was first discussed, Michael Keaton, people were freaking out. They were like, Mr. Mom is going to be Batman? No way. He's a comedic actor. How the hell is he going to pull off Batman? And he's one of the greatest Batmen of all time. So,
And yet,
what do we know till it comes out?
People are always going to be very nitpicky with things, especially before it comes out. But once things do release and they're like, okay, that was really good. Now, we love it. It's the same whether it's with Batman, Superman actors, or even with Joker actors.
Yeah, Keaton just surprised everybody, and he is forever going to be a very solid performance. I mean, because if it hasn't aged poorly by now, probably never will.
Right. His performance in The Flash, redeeming that, was just so refreshing. And even though that movie is panned, his performance is not panned.
Yeah, 100%. It's because of him that I like The Flash more than I think a lot of people do.
Same.
Yeah, it's a stealth Batman movie.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. I'm Batman.
Thanks for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed the commentary, be sure to check out my guest podcast channels. Click the links in the description box to find out more details.